Well, hello my fabulous people. I am Melanie Warren, also known as Coach Mel. Do you want to find out what do you need to do to prepare for the adoption process? Stay tuned. Thank you for joining my fabulous people. This is Melanie Warren, also known as Coach Mel. If this is your first time to my channel, welcome. If you are returning, welcome back. On my channel, I share things as it relates to fertility, adoption, and everything else in between. So today I just want to go just a couple of things as far as what are the things that you need to do, I'm stuttering, as you prepare for the adoption process. What are the couple of things that you need to do? So the first thing you need to do, you need to research which adoption process is going to best fit you and your family. Which one are you willing to go through? Are you willing to go to foster, where you have children on a temporary basis, and that you're just kind of creating an environment where they have some security for a little bit as their family gets reconnected, their biological family gets reconnected? Or are you willing to do foster to adopt, where there's a child that is in foster care and now their parents' rights have been terminated for one unfortunate reason or the other, and now they are available to have a forever home? Are you willing to do private adoption, where you are working with an agency who has children available? And usually private adoption, it's always, like most of the times, people who are looking for infant children straight from the hospital. And you find that with private adoption, and so you're working with an agency, you have a particular counselor you're working with, and they're going with the process with you. Or international, that you're open to adopt a child from another country, whether that be from China, from another country, whether that could be from South America, whatever that you're opening yourself to. So what are the different steps that you are interested in doing as far as that is concerned? Okay, now that you think about, okay, what are the different types of adoption, now you need to think about what's going to fit your family. Are you interested in doing a younger child, an older child? Are you interested in an infant? Really have a discussion as far as that is concerned. As well as, so once you thought about, you had a discussion, what is the paperwork that you have to do? That means getting tax returns, your pay stubs, bank statements, all those paperwork you need, and you need to prepare your home for the adoption process. Do you have a room designated for a child? If you're going with the state, there are certain state requirements, so you need to make sure that you look for what the state is that you're going through, and that is usually foster care or foster to adopt. Sometimes they want you to have a thermometer in your refrigerator. Do you have a fire extinguisher? Do you have a fire drill plan? If you own a gun, how do you secure it? All those things you have to really think about, because now that you're journeying on the adoption process, your life becomes an open book. You have a lot of people coming into the home, visiting, really just walking around and seeing if this home is deemed safe and is able to welcome a child into this home. So are you willing to make sure that your home is open as well as your heart is open to welcome a child as it relates to the adoption process? Reach out. And this is something that I'm really big at. If you are going with an agency, make sure you thoroughly investigate the agency. Find out what people who have gone through the agency, find out their reputation, Google, because sometimes there's some good and there are some bad. You want to make sure that you spend money and realize that this agency is not working on your behalf, and all they've done is just taking your money and just giving you the runaround. Because we've experienced that and loss, and not because we didn't do, it's because we didn't understand how they worked and that they were just not working on our behalf as we expected them to. So do your due diligence. Make sure you talk to them, ask them all the questions that you can possibly think of, and I'm going to leave you a list as far as what questions you can ask a prospective agency that you're willing to work with. Also, mindset. The next one is think about the perspective of the birth mother and the adopted child. Everybody has something that they're going through. The mother, she's deciding to give up her child for one reason or the other. So there's a loss on her part, gain for you, but it's also a loss on her part. Are you willing to go to open adoption? That means that every so often you're communicating with the birth mother through letters, or there's some type of facilitator so she can be up to date with what the process is and how the child is doing. Are you willing to do that? Because at the end of the day, you want to make sure you create an environment that is safe, that is comfortable, and that you feel comfortable as the parent, because you are that child's parent. So how is that going to be like? When are you ready to share information and really be honest with that? Because it's so important that you don't want to go through the process and they're like, why don't you tell me? Be open and honest. Be open and honest, and don't take things personally either. Do not take things personally. So I'm going to just leave a couple of links below on things that you can download to help you with the process as it relates to preparing for the adoption process and making sure you have your checklist so you won't feel so overwhelmed. Don't forget, you can always book me for a free breakthrough call and find out how I can support you on your adoption journey, so you can feel confident and know what you're doing, as well as you can still feel happy as you're going through and not overwhelmed and just feel like, I don't know if I can do this, because you can do this. You can do this. You can open up your heart and birth out the child that God has for you. All right, so thank you so much for watching, my fabulous people. Remember to pray, plan, and believe, because God is still in the business of doing miracles. So make sure you follow me on all my social media platforms, subscribe, and I can't wait to see you in the next video. Bye, my fabulous people.